Hello, everybody. Our other people are coming. So,
Good evening,
Fatah,
everyone.
iPhone, I don't know who you are. I'll ask you to uh,
Change your name.
mute or restart the video so we know who you are. Hello, what's your name? I didn't hear you. You're muted. You're muted.
You're still muted.
You're muted.
Hi,
Hi, what's your name?
Lucia,
Lucia, okay, I'll put your name is Lucia.
CIA.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
sorry,
Lucia, so that's Italian.
uh-huh. Yeah, it is.
That's beautiful. Where are you calling from?
I'm in New York.
Oh, New York. I love New York.
Okay.
So beautiful. Thank you for showing up to the meeting. It's gonna be fantastic.
Of course, I may go off camera every now and then just because yeah.
Yeah, Lucia, don't worry. I just wanted
Yeah.
to know who you
hmm
were.
Yeah,
So that way
of
we know you're
course.
coming from Lumiere. Awesome.
Yeah.
It's good to have you here.
Thank you.
What grade are
It's
you in right now?
no, I'm a mom,
Oh, you're a
sadly.
mom?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, you
I'm
seem very young.
it must just be the video. I'm just attending for my daughter, who is in 11th grade.
Ah,
And she did a Lumiere like research project.
yes,
Okay.
Uh-huh.
that's good.
And yeah, so I heard about this, and I mean, actually, just interested in this for myself as well,
Yeah.
because
Yeah,
You should both sign up for it.
yeah, exactly, right?
It would
Yeah,
be fun to take the course
I know. I
with
mean, everything that's being offered. I mean, you could use those skills anytime in your life.
yeah,
yeah,
they're
absolutely.
lifetime skills. So
Yeah.
yeah.
So why did you want to come today? So what do you want to take from this?
Oh, I mean, I just want to check out the whole thing for my daughter as well, as she's in 11th grade, and just such an important time in her life. Unfortunately, she should be able to hear some of it, but she's in a different meeting. Um,
No worries.
yeah, she's in math team. Yeah.
No worries. I think this meeting is going to be recorded and Lumiere is going to put it online so she can watch this later.
Okay. Well,
Um,
I hope this section gets cut out.
exactly. I
Yeah.
mean, please, I hope this
You know
is going to
what?
be.
It will not get cut off.
Oh no, no, oh yeah, that for sure. No, I just meant my conversation with you.
Okay.
Oh, no. No, last time if you were there, you didn't know, but the Zoom of Lumiere didn't was
Yeah,
shut down and we
I
couldn't get on the meeting
mhm,
again.
right, I remember.
Yeah. But it worked for the good. We're gonna stay here 90 minutes so I can have more time to explain techniques instead of rushing 1 hour.
hmm
Hey, everyone. It would be nice to see your nice, bright, shining faces. So it makes the course more fun if we can see people's reactions.
I love it. No worries. So we're gonna have fun with the people that have. Anyways, I'm gonna ask you questions, guys. You know that I'm not the passive learning teacher. I'm gonna interact tonight. No worries, Prabha. As long as you can hear us, you can chat, everything is good.
Yeah. You can also use the reactions. So we understand when people are in places where they can't put the video on, especially when driving a car.
Now let's try technology. Awesome. You all guys see the screen?
I can.
Lucia? Prabha, yes, says
I
yes.
can, yes.
Perfect. Hi, Vincent. Good to see you.
Hello, good to see you as well.
Thank you for coming tonight. We're going to have so much fun with our brain tonight. So get ready.
Excellent, excellent. Looking forward to it.
Where are you calling from?
New York City.
Oh, New York. Oh, Lucia is also from New York.
Excellent, excellent.
Many New York people tonight.
It must be something in the air, the time of season, something like that.
Yeah. Today I had other people that had other conversation with clients in New York. So it's New York Day.
There you go.
Okay, so we'll wait another 2 minutes. And guys, can you confirm? So Vincent, you see the screen?
I do,
I
yes.
mean, awesome. So tell us, Vincent, why you're here. So I know Lumiere invited you, but is there anything you want to take from this tonight?
So the brief background is that we have 3 kids and twins that are seniors, and basically we're always looking to kind of improve ourselves no
Mhm.
matter what we do. And so basically they're very busy. So we're trying to make sure about them doing everything that they can do, would like to do it well and efficiently, to make the best use of their time. So certainly something that promises a lot of efficiency and better ways to do things that they love, really just spoke to us. So my wife can be or should be signing in pretty shortly. And so you may have more members of our family.
Terrific.
It's going to be fun. Awesome. Yeah,
It's fun. It's fun when family members are on together.
oh yes, yes.
Great.
I had the fortune to have different families over those years. One family with 11 kids, so it was really fun.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's
half of the meeting was with them basically.
Well, Lucia is also checking it out for her high schooler, so.
Mm. Yeah,
Yeah.
right now one's in her dance classes and the other one is just getting back from soccer practice. So they're everywhere.
Yeah, no worries.
Yeah.
I think as a parent, I have a 5-year-old and a 1.5-year-old. So I would say I'm starting compared to you, Vincent.
Hey,
And
those are great years.
yes, they are. And I would tell you, teaching some techniques to my daughter, it was really important for her as far as starting the school. She's associating that learning is fun, it's not a drag, or it's not heavy sometimes. And so that's beautiful.
Mm. Excellent.
So yeah, and I also work in some schools, so it's really fun to see when kids have their breakthrough.
Ah, yes, very much so. Very much so.
So it's 7:36 Eastern time. So I think I should start, and other people are gonna join. Okay, guys. So do you all see the screen? Everybody says yeah, right? Right? Do you say yes? Yes. Okay. You didn't. So I will tell you. I will start this way. Is anyone here that want to does anyone here want to learn faster? Retain more information. Be more focused. More effective. More productive. Destroy distractions. Okay, let's see. Retaining more, reading faster. Okay, all the above. Sounds great. So, guys, I'm gonna tell you tonight that actually everything that I just told you, it's possible once you know the right method on your brain. What you have to know that the long story short is that nobody actually taught us how to learn, just what to learn. And that's why we created different blocks in learning, blocks that can affect us also in our professional life. And of course, as a student life, we all need to learn, right? So I just want to say to you tonight, we're going to go through different things that our brain does. We're going to understand different strategies that will really make you learn faster. And at the end, I'm going to give you a gift. Do you like having a gift? Yes. So if you don't want a gift, I get it, but I will give you that to you anyways. So let's go. Of course, you can ask any questions. You can interact with us in the chat. I just want to give you one main rule in school, and I don't have anything against school, but everybody has been in school at least 10 years, right? Or more. So what happens is in school, we all became passive learners, which means you have to listen, never ask questions, and take everything they are talking about. Well, according to science, by doing that, we remember about 3% of everything we actually learn in school after like 1 year, or actually 6 years or 10 years. 3% that we remember are those things that we practice the most, or we had interaction with the teacher with the teacher when we were doing those classes. So I don't want you to lose 70% or 90% of what we are going to learn tonight. So one tip that I want to give you right off the boat is talk to the screen. Think about like you're having a one-to-one with me, and even if you're watching this online, like a replay, just interact with me. I'm gonna ask questions. Just answer those questions in your brain or out loud or to the screen, and this makes your brain more interactive, even if it's a virtual environment. This will boost your brain to retain about 70% more than you're gonna retain if you don't do this. You like it? So now let's do it. Okay. Now, guys, one goal I have tonight with you: how to pass any exam or test without stress and with the grade you want by doing it really, really fast. You like it? So first, I want to talk about what Genius is, because many people also through email asked us what our company does. Some of you maybe checked the website or whatever, or actually contacted me on social media, which was really fun. Now, let me explain to you with my words what's Genius. You have to know that years ago, there was a company that was testing people brain characteristics, and they were testing you for memory skills, reading skills, organizational skills, focusing skills, all those skills that makes you productive in studying or working. And they were predicting their future based on those results. After 20 years, they were opening this test, and they were 99% right on what they predicted about people's income, lifestyle, and things they've chosen in their life based on their learning blocks. There was one most important flaw, which was the fact they never gave them a solution. So they just told them they were blocked, and that's it. These are your blocks. Now do whatever you want. Well, we acquired the test and we used it. And thanks to scientists and so much research, we put together all the techniques you can mention about learning in the world. And now with precision, to each block that this test gives us, we can give you a specific technique. And so what happens is now we can determine a customized method on everybody's brain. And after thousands of hours spent with scientists and like 60,000 happy customers in the world, more, now we can determine a specific method and customize the method on your brain. So you can start reading 4 times faster, retaining 8 times more, or becoming 10 times more productive and focused in anything you're doing. So it's good for adults, for kids, and I would say for who has a brain and wants to use it. So now, guys, I wanted to show you the test that actually all our students now take. And this test is called Learning Abilities Test. We call it simply Genius Test. Now, I can't enlarge it, unfortunately, but you can see that in this test, there are many things that are down. This is Michelle's test, and things are up. Of course, things that are down are things that are bad. I would say learning blocks. You can see that Michelle has blocks in organization, in processing, in self-evaluation, in consistency, in intelligence theory, and in trust. So basically, let me tell you what that means. Long story short, Michelle felt no matter how much effort I put, I can't retain, I can't focus, I still feel like I have to go back multiple times to retain something. I don't feel productive with the time that I have available. I don't feel really effective with the method that I have. So basically, we found out that she was having a lot of stress, so anxiety in her test, which makes her also losing focus easily as she was going through either test taking or working. She was on the edge of working and studying at the same time. So now this is Michelle after 21 days. All those things raised up. And she now was able to create a perfect method on her brain. She felt confident. She could retain any knowledge as long as she wanted. And the most important thing, she never felt anxious anymore in her life. Why? Because once you have a method, that creates more confidence. Are you with me with this? And like her, there are many like customers in the world, over 60,000 plus students in the world. It can be one of them. Your brain is not different. Now, I mean, this is me after like becoming an instructor, coming here in the US. Yes, I did a TED talk. Who am I? I can tell you really quick. I wrote 2 books. One is called Units 21 Days. The other one is called Spanish in 30 Days. So yes, I work with some celebrities like Dean Graziosi and Tony Robbins in mastermind.com. So there are many things that we did. These are my social media. Please, let's talk on social media. I have a podcast that's amazing. So before we go ahead with the things, I want to tell you some other important things. The first thing is we have hundreds of testimonials around the world in different languages of people that are taking the course, the Genius course, and all those testimonials are basically checked by an association in Italy, because this company was based in Italy, that's called Zero Fraud. All those people gave their ID every time they release a testimonial. So to testify, those are all testimonials with Zero Fraud. Guys, it's really, really, really like incredible what you can do with your brain. Before we go to concept, actually, let's go to concept 1 tonight, and then we're going to go to an exercise I want to do with you. So the very first concept I want to give you tonight is that continuing with the same method you are using will not lead you to any of the results you want. What's the method everybody is using right now? It's repeating over and over, going over and over in a piece of information. So basically repeating. This is called so oblivion curve. It's got basically Hermann Ebbinghaus was a scientist studying memory and retention in time. At 0, Ebbinghaus says that we are able to access 100% of the information we just studied. So 0 means as we finish to take a class, as we finish to study a book, as we finish to read something or listen to an online course. But after 20 minutes, you're already losing over 25% of the things you learned. And after 1 hour, you remember less than 50% of the things you actually learned. And after 31 days, you're retaining less than 25% of the things you learned. After actually, I want to tell you 6 months, you're retaining about 3% of the things that you learned. Means that if you're studying, for example, Spanish, you may remember 3 words out of 100 you were exposed to, or 3 sentences really well out of 100 you were exposed to. So basically what that means is that you invested maybe money and time in college, but then you lost 97% of the things they taught you. That's by using a wrong method. On top of it, you know what happens? We remember only 10% of what we read, 20% of what we hear, and 30% of what we see, and 50% of what we hear and see. So Edgar Dale says that even if you can access 100%, if you saw and heard what you were learning, you may access only 50% of the things you learned. So even lower than what I just told you in the curve. So basically, this creates a lack of method because no one taught you a method. They just told you to pass the test, not how your brain has to retain things, organize things, focusing on things. And this created what? Lack of confidence. And this lack of confidence creates what? Anxiety. Have you ever been anxious before a test or an exam or performance? Or have you ever felt overwhelmed or procrastinating or like ever felt frustrated about it? All this, it's called lack of confidence. And so when you have anxiety, when you have overwhelming, when you feel frustrated, or when you feel fear, all of those emotions you're feeling, it's basically lack of confidence because of what? Because of lack of method. It's like they ask you to change a flat tire without having tools. Can you change a flat tire of a car without having tools? No, you can't. So then you're going to drive a car that goes very slow because with a flat tire, can you go as fast as you want to go? No. After many years driving the car, you start being convinced that the problem is not anymore the car, but is the driver. You start doubting on yourself, thinking that your brain maybe doesn't work, or maybe you have some problems. And some people think, I can't retain. Oh, I can't focus. I can't learn faster. I can't read faster. I'm a slow reader, or I'm not enough smart. And we go over and over on those things, guys. So that creates a block. Are you with me with this? So now I want to show you an exercise. And this exercise shows you what a perfect method is. So I need your trust and participation in doing this exercise. Can you count on this? Can I count on this? So I'm going to call your name and you're going to give me a 2-digit number. Like I call Rory, she's going to give me a 2-digit number. Then I call Lucia, she's going to give me a 2-digit number. And I go ahead with your name. If you can't talk, you can put the number in the chat. Okay? So, Rory, can you give me a number?
28.
28. Awesome. Lucia, 2-digit number. They have to be all
55.
different. What do you say?
55.
Awesome. Fatah, then Vincent, then Tweja, Tidweja, I don't know.
37.
Go ahead, Fatah.
37.
Vincent.
73.
Awesome. Prabha, Jane, Alina, 99. Then Alina. Okay, I can go back. Rory,
99.
31, I see in the chat. 99, they already said that, Rory. Can you change it?
I thought I just said 99. Okay, so we'll do 44.
Lucia,
62.
then Fatah,
11.
11, Vincent,
With 19.
19, Tuedaj, Prabha, Jane, 63, I see here. Elena, 52, 41. Awesome. Rory, can you go ahead?
93.
77. Go ahead.
93.
Vincent.
59.
Okay. Now, I want to ask everybody a question. If you had to memorize all of those numbers in the order you see them, what would you do to memorize all of them?
I try to
Chunking?
figure out-
Yeah, go ahead. Vincent, go ahead, and then Lucia.
I would try to see if there's a pattern first, and then
Mhm.
basically see if there's some sort of way to kind of break it up into more of a sequence, or maybe even a simple fun mnemonic if it could.
So basically, you're breaking those numbers up, and then what would you do to stick them to your mind?
Are you talking to me specifically? Or?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So for me, something funny or humorous like always sticks with me because it's an emotional reaction that I have to something with
I
learning.
mean, with numbers, there is not so much like to
Yeah,
stimulate.
yeah, it is. But
That's why to stick them to your mind, what would you do? I want to prove to you something. So, would you need to pass more than one time on those numbers to stick them to your mind?
absolutely.
Yes. Okay, Lucia, go ahead. Tell me, what would you do?
Oh no, something similar. I said chunking, like, like 4 numbers at a time, something like
Okay.
that. But also
So,
just, and then keep repeating it.
perfect. So basically, I'm proving everybody this, that if you want to memorize those numbers, you are going to repeat over and over. So you're going to pass more than one time on those numbers to make sure you know all of them correctly. Do you all agree with this? Awesome.
Yes.
So basically, everybody, no matter where you're coming from in the world, you were exposed to one only method, which is repeating over and over, passing on something over and over. Are you all with me with this? Now the question is, how long would it take you to feel totally confident you would know all of those numbers correctly? It's more than 1 hour, less than 1 hour. Prabha said 20 minutes. What is it, guys? It's a lot of numbers. So
Yeah. 30 minutes.
Yeah,
okay.
30.
I'd say 1 hour. I would take everybody, okay, at the most. Awesome. So now, maybe more than 1 hour for some of you. It's fine. But I want to ask you a question. Let's say for a moment you had a perfect method to memorize all of those numbers. How long would you like to take to memorize all those numbers? So, what would it be a time that you would say, I would be satisfied if I can memorize those numbers with my method in this much? Prabha said 1 minute. Yeah, 1 minute. Some of you maybe would say 5 minutes would be good, right?
Mhm.
Okay, now I have a question for you. If I memorize all of those numbers in 1 minute, would I impress you?
Sure.
Absolutely.
Okay, so I need someone with a stopwatch. Is there anybody that can have a stopwatch? Okay, Vincent, you will go. You will be my my stopwatcher.
Okay, whenever you're ready.
You're gonna do this, Vincent. You're gonna say 3, 2, 1, go. I start memorizing all of those numbers. Then when I finish, you tell me how long it took me to memorize all of them. Okay. Oh, guys, can you take a picture of those numbers because I'm gonna delete all of them after I finish to memorize them. Take a
Okay.
picture. If you didn't do it, Vincent, take a picture. Are you ready?
Give me one moment.
Okay.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, go.
Stop. How long it take me?
15 seconds.
Oh, that sucks. Okay, 15 seconds. Do you think I know all of them?
I say yes.
Sure. Oh, just a second, guys. So I don't know what happened. Let me delete them again. Okay, I will do this. So just in case reappears, I don't see it. So now, before I go ahead with telling you all the numbers, I want to tell you something about myself. When my company asked me, Cosimo, do you want to open an American location franchise? I said, certamente, una bella opportunità, perché no? Mi piacerebbe parlare in inglese. I did not speak English about 7 years ago. And so, guys, I was really scared. You know why? Because part of my brain was saying, Cosimo, you never learned English in years of school. You're dyslexic, ADHD. You never did it. How come now you want to go in America and do the business? And now it's successful for you in Italy. Do it in English with a language that you never learned and you couldn't learn. And then, on the other hand, I said, yes, Cosimo, you're dyslexic. Yes, Cosimo, you never learned English. Yes, Cosimo, you're ADHD, whatever you want to play. Yes, you had it. But now, the difference between now and years ago is that now you have a method and you can learn the language and start impacting people's lives. So I decided to take the airplane. And I learned, thanks to the techniques that I teach right now, 6,000 words in English plus the grammar rules in 2 weeks. And I was able to hold my entire course after 5 weeks I was here in the US. And I made something not possible possible. After that, I did a TED Talk. I wrote 2 books. I was in different stages. I partnered with different companies. So, guys, when you throw your heart beyond your fears and you have a method that allows you to own your brain and your results, nothing can really stop you. Only love can come in your life. So now I'm still talking to you and I didn't tell you the numbers. You want to know them?
Go for it.
Okay, so I'm gonna do this because people are gonna rewatch this online. I don't want anybody to think that I'm reading somewhere, someone is suggesting. I'm going to turn on the other side. And I'm gonna cover my eyes. I wanna just hear if you hear me. Can you say yes? Can you hear
Yes.
me?
Yes.
Awesome.
Yes.
So I'm gonna take you digit by digit. So making sure that you can hear each number correctly. So we have 285537739931. Then we have 44621196352417. Then 93. Then 93. Then let me see. 5 and give me 9 seconds. It's 9. Of course, I was playing.
Bravissimo, is that what we say?
Yes, that's an Italian word. Bravissimo. I know you guys were thinking he doesn't know 59, doesn't know 59. I did it on purpose so everybody could feel like some suspense. But now the question is, what do you think?
I'm so impressed. I wish I could do it.
Yes, I wanted to explain this to you. Yes, guys, it's a stupid number because if you think about it, a number is useless. Okay. But what impresses you the most is the effectiveness and the efficiency you can have. And I want you to imagine if you can have the same efficiency and effectiveness, not on a stupid number, but on any book you want to read, anything you want to learn, an exam you want to pass, any project you're working in your work day business, every time you're learning a language, every time you're using your brain to achieve a result and a goal. The question is, what would happen? How would it be?
More fulfilling.
Yeah. So how exactly, what would you feel? And what would you think about yourself? And Vincent, you said fulfilling. I totally agree. I would say it would be impactful. And that confidence you can get from a method, something priceless. There is really no price for that confidence. And Prabha says productive and confident. Yes, you're right. And now, you know why I'm here? I'm here because I'm in love with people. I'm in love with the fact that I know everybody can really do this. Everybody has a brain, right? Do you have a brain? That's the minimum. Okay. And now, once you know how your brain likes learning, once you know what blocks you have, once you know what techniques goes with your brain, everybody can do it with anything they can learn, with anything you want to learn. I have people that learn Spanish in 30 days and they speak fluently. I have people that are passing several exams, opening a business abroad, be more productive in their business. So I work a lot with businesses and big businesses too. So guys, and for students, oh my gosh, you guys, you're gonna use your brain forever. And one day in front of that interview, or if you want to open your own business, the only person you can count on is you. And so your brain and your skills. If you can retain them, if you can retain your knowledge, they're gonna hire you, not because you know enough, but because you have enough confidence in your knowledge. So with this said, does everybody wants to get to the same result? Yes or no? So now let's understand some concepts first. And I want to say something to you. Tonight, I'm going to give you some tips that will help you save 50% of time in anything you're working on in studying. So let's go. In order to achieve different results, guess what? We need to have a different method. So a different study method. Usually do also those events for professionals, but today we're going to focus on students. So concept number 2, no one you know can tell you how to study. Now, let me tell you this important concept. Our brain has many, many factors, okay? Hundreds of factors. Let's say someone that really loves you, like your father, your mom, whoever loves you, sees you're struggling, and they tell you, hey, since you can't see, let's say their struggle is they can't see really well, you give them your glasses. Now the question is, are they going to see as well as you see with your glasses? No, because your glasses are customized on your eyes, and based on your characteristics, you can see. If they borrow your glasses, if your kids borrow your glasses, or if you give your glasses to someone else because you really love them, you know they're struggling, you know they need to see better, they're not gonna see as well as you want them to see, because their eyes are different from your eyes. Well, the same with your brain. You can't give them your own way of studying and learning, because the way their brain learns is totally different. They have different important factors that we don't even consider, we don't even know. One of them is your cognitive styles. So cognitive styles, just to make it very quick, is how your brain likes learning. So basically, they are filters that allows us to understand and elaborate reality. So they define our way of acting, learning, and thinking. And so we process pieces of information through those. For example, people can be either analytical or verbal, or some people are more global, more visual. People can be more systematic, more intuitive. So there are many different factors that we don't know, but that are all involved in the studying and learning and processing piece of information. So we need to know those characteristics. Let's go to concept number 3. How can we double now our speed in learning and retaining info? So simply, we have to go to 2 phases, which is repeat, read, and repeat, to our core. Our core stands for approach, reading, comprehending, organizing, retaining, and be able to explain. So step number 1, approach. What are the beliefs? So approach basically is how does your brain like getting ready before you start studying, learning? So what do you do to prepare your brain? Most of the people just jump into studying, jump into working, but they don't prepare their brain. So what are the beliefs you have about your abilities? Techniques you can use to improve your approach are study tempo, master plan, time management, and goals. One thing I want to give you is that's not listed there. It's called study cycles. So what are study cycles? Well, you have to know that every brain can stay focused for a certain period of time. I don't think it's a secret for anybody, this thing, right? So everybody knows that at some point you're going to lose concentration when you're studying or working. So nobody knows what is their entire study cycle. So according to studies, not everybody loses their concentration at 25 minutes, but you can last more than 25 minutes, or you can be less than 25 minutes. So according to the most recent studies, people can be divided in 3 categories. One is called 25-5-5. The second category is called 45-10-5. The other category is called 90-10-5. So now, based on your option, you can now decide when to take a break and when to review what you're studying. Everybody knows you have to take a break, but when you take a break is the most important thing. Because if you drag your brain to exhaustion, you have to know by statistics, you run out the energy of your brain after 3 hours, use your brain straight off, you are going to basically feel more distracted, less focused, less energy, less motivated. So that doesn't seem to be productive for you to use. But now, in order to be more productive and have more energy, you're going to use what's called study cycles. How do you decide which one fit your brain? Ask yourself this simple question. How long can I stay focused before my first distraction? In other words, can you stay focused 25 minutes on studying something without getting distracted? If the answer is yes, you're 45. Then you ask yourself a question. Can I stay 45 minutes focused on a subject without getting distracted? If the answer is yes, your study cycle is 90 minutes. I don't suggest people to go over 90 minutes. Now, let's say you chose 45-10-5. What you're going to do, after 45 minutes, your clock goes off. You take 10 minutes break. How do you take the break? You don't use your brain anymore. if to be engaged in activities that don't use your brain, like washing dishes, like walking outside, like drinking water, like whatever doesn't involve reading. Reading texts, watching videos, try to learn something else, listening to podcasts does really involve your brain. So do anything that doesn't make your brain being focused on retaining, learning, and continuously actively learning something. Otherwise, it's not a break. Review. So once you took a break, you go back on what you were studying and you review what you were studying. This will create more comprehension, connection with what you were doing before you left off. So increasing your retention and comprehension will make you more motivated for the next cycle, which will be 45, 10, 5 and 45, 10, 5 and going ahead that way. If you're in 90, 10, 5, the next one will be 50, 10, 5, then 40, 10, 5. Then you restart from 90, 10, 5. Are you with me? Awesome. I see people in the chat. Now, guys, let's go to step number 2, reading. So if you want me to repeat the first strategy, I recommend you to also watch the recording. Techniques for concentration, techniques to maintain concentration, and strategic reading. Now, everybody actually knows about speed reading. Speed reading doesn't work with everybody. It works with specific brains that already have strategies. If your brain doesn't have strategies, you're going to lose more details. So there are many kinds of reading you have no idea they exist that will really make you go faster and retaining as you go faster, creating a solid structure that allows you to go faster. Now, one tip I want to give you to start actually reading better is to eliminate distractions. Distractions is the number one thing that prevent people to have success in their results in studying or working. I mean, when you get distracted, it's really hard to get the concentration back on and you already lost time. So now, what's the Unblock strategy? It's called distractions list. So basically it works this way. You're going to have a sheet of paper next to you. And every time a distraction occurs, you're going to write down what your brain is thinking, like Amazon deals or check Facebook or Instagram things or whatever. Everything comes to your mind, you write it down. The action of writing that down makes your brain thinking, oh, he or she wrote this down. When am I going to remind this anymore? So your brain will stop reminding that thing to you because you delegated to paper that reminder. This way, your brain will not distract you as you're trying to focus in your 45 minutes or 90 minutes or 25 minutes. Are you with me with this? Associated with this strategy, there are many other strategies that will make this strategy itself even more effective, but the way I explain it to you already makes a huge difference because now, if you increase your focus and your energy by approaching your study in 45 times 5, for example, and you're also eliminating distractions, you're already 50% faster because 50% of our time actually falls into fighting distractions and increasing energy. Are you with me with this? Awesome. So now let's go to concept number 3. So comprehension. Many people have problems in comprehension. You have no idea. By statistics, 73% of our clients and people that we test have problems with comprehension. Why? In school, if you think about it, they reward you and focus you on knowledge. They tell you, you have to know this, you have to know this, you have to know this. Sounds like you have to retain this to pass the test and score well, otherwise you're going to be judged. Okay? Now, that brings your brain to be focused only on knowledge without comprehending. Many people usually study to stick them to their brain with the things you have to know for the test. Pass the test, forget about it. Tell me if I'm wrong. So I don't want to say everybody, but in 73% of the cases, we found out people don't even know what comprehension means for their brain. And so that's a huge problem, because if you comprehend really well, you're able also to retain better, and not vice versa. So the most important thing comprehension answers is, what is the context of what you study? Do you know the context? And guide words. I want to do an experiment with you. Vincent, you're online. Also, you, Rory, you can see this. I want you to read this slide and raise your hand as soon as you finish this to be read. So please go, read it.
Found it around 16 students.
Oh no, Vincent, you can read it by yourself. Don't worry about it. Just raise your hand once you finished. Okay, Vincent, you're the one that I see that you finished. Question is, what did you understand? Not so much. How many of you understood what's written there? Well, so I can read it. But now you want to know how this is going to click into your brain? By doing this. Now, if you read it, you're going to say, founded in brief history of pizza, founded around 600 BC as a Greek settlement, Naples in the 70s, in the 1700s, blah, 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 blah. Now it makes sense. So you can stop the video and try to read this. Now it's going to make total sense. What made the difference? The difference was not what was written, but the context our brain had before reading this. So most of the times our brain cannot understand because it doesn't have enough context and doesn't have enough comprehension and piece of information. So there are different techniques to create context around it. One of them is, for example, I will tell you, the slide didn't go there. Let's say you don't know what the context is, try to read a summary in the book, for example, about what you're going to read, or browse the pages and see what's the context about what you're going to study. Are you with me with this? Very good. Organization. About 93 to 95% of people have problem with organization, even if they think they're organized. So anyways, organizational skills are very important. And unfortunately, nobody tells us how our brain likes organizing. What does it mean having organizational skills? Quickly identify keywords and most important concepts, different strategies for different subjects, and how to be effective with schemes or with outlines and things that allows our brain to be more organized as we're studying. A tip that I want to give you today is using keywords. So keywords is a way to summarize an entire concept. So basically, if you can differentiate what needs to be understood from what you need to be memorizing, allows our brain to focus better. So keywords basically summarizes an entire concept. Technical details are, let's say, dates, like 1492, Columbus finds America. So I just discovers America. So what I would say to you is, the Columbus, if you don't know it, you have to memorize it. It's a detail to memorize. Keywords are concepts. Sometimes people try to memorize everything without understanding what the concepts are really. And so now what happens is a bunch of details that are not captured by concept. And so your brain is confused. Are you with me with this? So having good comprehension, by using keywords to summarize entire concepts and then focusing on technical details helps your brain to differentiate those things and create a big picture of everything you're studying. Remembering, everybody wants to retain better, right? So yes, there are different techniques you can use, and also techniques that allows you to remember long-term as long as you want. I want to give you a tip about our memory. Our memory works on visual, associative, and emotional. Visual. There are three characteristics that our brain likes storing pieces of information. Visual. For example, if I ask you to visualize the Statue of Liberty, what comes to your mind? The word or the image? Of course, the image. Why? Because your brain works on images. Associative, think about like tasting a cookie that your grandma makes during like Thanksgiving. You think like, oh, this tastes like my grandma's cookie. So that's an association your brain makes because of an emotion that your grandma at that time created for you. Are you with me with this? Something that's emotional and associative can be retained forever. Now, I want to prove this to you about how your memory works. Think about an event that happened in your life. I don't need to know the event, just think about it and nod as you have it. So if you're thinking about an event right now, without even knowing what it is, for sure you have visual, so images, associations, and emotions related to the event. And you were choosing among different events with the same characteristics. Now the question is, how can I put all those three characteristics in a memorizing a number or a book or something? That you can create stories. That's actually a very old way people could memorize things. But there are many more effective ways you can use. So I don't want to, of course, don't have enough time to go over all the techniques tonight, but I want to say something to you. If you're able to create a vivid, emotional way for your brain to learn, you're going to learn it faster, retaining longer. Any questions? One tip I want to give you is pre-reading. When you pre-read something, that will create an emotion. For example, let's say you're reading about trees, and in your brain, you have an idea that the tallest tree is like 1 mile high. Okay, I'm just giving you an example. Okay, you're really convinced that's 1 mile high. Okay, now when you're pre-reading something, you're creating preconceptions about what you're going to read. Our brain, when it creates preconceptions, wants to be right. Are you with me with this? So now you know that the highest tree is 1,000 miles. Then pre-reading, you find out that the highest tree is actually 60 feet. Okay. So now what happens? That creates an emotion that you say, no, it's 1 mile high, not 60 feet. But the detail is going to make your brain sticking to that detail with that emotion, makes that detail sticking to your brain longer than just reading and passively absorbing what you're reading. Are you with me with this? So the pre-reading creates preconception. It works like a trailer. When you watch a trailer of a movie, you have a preconception about the movie, right? And once you watch the movie, you know the movie should go some ways because the trailer created some preconceptions for you. And you say, oh, that scene, that's going to happen that. And then it doesn't happen. You remember that scene more than the other scenes in the movie because you created a preconception. Are you with me with this? So pre-reading will help your memory boost. Are you with me? Awesome. Guys, I give you different tips. As I said, this helps you to actually boost your memory. And if you do exactly what I say, you're already saving 50% of your time in anything you're studying. Now, I want to give a gift. Would you like to have a gift? Awesome. I want to invite you all, and also is extended to people that are watching this online. So to basically receive a top 10 memory techniques book that I wrote. And this book is going to be for free. By scanning the code you have there, you're basically, in order to receive that book, you have to basically text me for your full name and email. And what happens is, by scanning the code, you're gonna see they have a YouTube channels with thousands, I mean, I don't want to say thousands, with some few tips about retaining, learning, reading. One of the tip is like the next 2 minutes, you're gonna double your speed in reading. It's a very challenge that people like. So they do it and they see the results. So guys, the YouTube channel is really valuable. As you subscribe to the channel and activate notifications, you send a screenshot to the number you see there, and we're gonna, with your email and full name, and we're gonna send you a top 10 memory techniques ebook. Are you with me with this? Awesome. So now these are my social media, and I'm gonna give them to you because the podcast, it's going crazy and everybody loves it. Then these are my social media. People usually ask me questions. Some of you already have my social medias and they're asking questions. So please ask me questions. Your questions help me to share videos, do more videos. They're on target and they really need. You have no idea how many times they ask me a question and I just release a video and people love it. So do that. Then just for you and for this week, if you go on Amazon, this is my book and the ebook is for 0.99. So normal is this $19. And I want to tell you, if you go on Amazon this week, and if you are out of the week, you can ask us to have a code, to have a 0.99 ebook on Amazon discount. So basically, if you go there, you can keep the 0.99 ebook, of course. Please release your review after reading the book. It's gonna be fundamental. But wait, there is more, okay? And the real gift I wanna give is this. I would like to invite you all to the Genius of 21 Days presentation for free. So what's Genius 21 Days course? It's a course that's like allows you to retain anything you want and read as fast as you want. It's like having a superpower. So do you want to, according to you, do I still know the numbers that I memorized before? You want to know them? I'm not going to turn myself the other way. I'm just want to say them to you. Now we have, check please, Vincent or anybody who has the numbers in front of them, please check them. I'm going to tell them digit by digit. So we have 28553773 993144 62 111963. Then we have 524477 9359. I still know them, and it's freaking amazing. So it's a superpower. It's really a superpower. Now, usually my students, before they take the Genius 21 Days test, before they take the course, they take the Genius 21 Days test, through which, as I told you last time, I told you actually earlier too, we will know everything about your brain, blocks you might have, strengths that you have, you're using or using, how your brain likes learning. To each block, we associate a technique, block technique, so that way we can customize a perfect method on your brain. Usually, the test is $2,050 if you go on the website. But if you want to take the test for free, you just say you're from Lumiere. So actually, for the people on the call, you're going to have priority. So now I want to give you the test for free. This is the test so everybody can get the results you want to get in life. And you have to text to this number to get the test for free. Say your name, last name, email, and Lumiere, so we know that you come from Lumiere. Are you with me with this? The test can be extended to all of your family for free. Now, guys, we are very protective about our time because people sometimes think like it's free, doesn't have any value. No, if you go on the website, the value is $2,050. If you book the test and you take it and you, for some reasons, don't show up unless you're sick or family emergencies or whatever, we have to charge you for the test if you want to have the review. But so take this seriously, because we want to be protected by our time. We have all my team ready for you to have professionals that studied all the science behind this test to give you the best review one-to-one in that call. Of course, they're going to tell you all the blocks you have. Then they're going to tell you also what are the techniques and the unblock strategies for your brain. And at the end, we're going to ask you, do you want to take the Genius course? If you say yes, we're going to give you also a promotion. When you sign up right after the presentation, we're going to give you this promotion. If you don't sign up right after the presentation, what happens? Nothing. We're not going to bite you. You're no lasagna. So we don't bite. But I want to tell you, I really believe the Genius course is going to be very impactful to you. Hope this video really helped you to understand something about your brain. I can tell you I was dyslexic. I am dyslexic still, but the fact I have those techniques allows me to actually read 44 books in 12 days. I did this in 2019, which allowed me to create more courses, more content. And guys, it's really having a superpower. And I want all of you to feel like I'm feeling and everybody actually feels after taking this course. So if you want to take the test, put that in the chat right now. For the people online right now, please stay after the meeting so we can schedule your test analysis. And for the people, so put your name in the chat basically. For the people that are going to watch the replay, text at that number with your name, with your email, and with Lumiere test, so we know that you want to take the test. And so guys, I want to say to you, I can't wait to talk to you on social media. It's going to be super fun to know more about your brain, to know more about your stories. And I really want to thank you for the time tonight. It was super fun to have you.
Thank you very much.
My
Thank
pleasure.
you.
So if you want to take the test, please stay online for the people that are online tonight. And for the others that already took the test or don't want to take the test, you will have some time to hop off until I tell you what happens when you receive the test. So please put your name if you're staying after the meeting. So the test will work this way. The test will take you between 20 to 45 minutes. Not tonight. You're going to receive a link. Then you're going to take the test and you're going to take the test first, and then we're going to meet for the review. So when you receive the test will have an expiration date, and then you come to the analysis. Okay? So that's how it works. Thank you, Prabha, for asking that question. So I'm going to stop recording, and I want to say thank you all for coming tonight. For the people that want to take the test, stay online. And that's it. So I'm going to open the breakout rooms with all of you guys. And so you can come and we talk about more about the test. So open the breakout rooms. See you there.